war crimes, arbitrary detention, abuse of torture, massacring civilians, unilateral sanctions. A report released by an NGO in China has unveiled U.S. crimes of violating human rights in the Middle East and beyond. Since the founding of the U.S., the time when it did not participate in the war was less than 20 years, making it a war empire. Since the end of the Cold War, Washington has been involved in almost all major conflicts and wars in the Middle East and surrounding regions, which have become the area hardest hit by the external wars launched by the U.S. The warmongering United States has caused direct, serious, and lasting damage to local people's right to life and survival.
The US's role in the Middle East has been one that is of a firefighter who has put the entire forest on fire. The US has caused instability, it has caused chaos, it has created most of the wars that it is asking to now end.
سياسات الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية هي السياسات مبنية على التدخلات العسكرية وعلى سياسات الغزو، وهذه السياسات التي استخدمتها بذريعة حقوق الإنسان وبذريعة الديمقراطية لا حققت الديمقراطية ولا حققت حقوق الإنسان.
Over the past decades, the U.S. has subverted governments, interfered in other countries' internal affairs, and infringed upon others' sovereignty and human rights.
وفي الحقيقة الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية كان لها دور خاصة في ال20 سنة الأخيرة وما قبلها عشان نتعمق في التاريخ كثيرا في إحداث حالة من الفوضى العارمة في منطقة الشرق الأوسط بعد ما يسمى أحداث سبتمبر. كانت البداية مع أفغانستان وانتقلت هذه الفوضى إلى العراق ثم إلى سوريا ثم إلى باقي الدول العربية فيما يسمى بعد كده بالربيع العربي. هذه الفوضى نتج عنها سقوط أنظمة وتداعيات خطيرة في الأوضاع الاقتصادية والسياسية والاجتماعية داخل هذه المجتمعات.
Washington has abused unilateral sanctions against sovereign countries, causing severe economic losses and a decline in the quality of life of the people in those countries.
Unilateral sanctions by the U.S. are a well-known mechanism of pressuring countries. We saw this in Venezuela, in former Yugoslavia, in Iran, Cuba, and of course in Syria. Ordinary people are the biggest losers of unilateral sanctions. They cannot start economy, they cannot get medication for chronic diseases, they can't enjoy medical services at hospitals because of the lack of different medicaments.
The U.S. has also created humanitarian crisis, severely undermining the right to health of the people in related countries.
د بندیزونو او هغه چې د افغانستان د ملت پیسې دي قید کړي د ډېر غټ منفي تاثیر کړی دی. ډېر نړیوال مؤسسات دي چې هغه دلته اوس کار نه کوي، کومکونه نه کوي. بعضې هیوادونه شاید کومک کړی وای چې د امریکا دې تحریماتو ته په کتو هغوی هېڅ کومک نه کوي یا لیواله نه دي چې کومک وکړي. منفي تاثیر یې ډېر زیات لرلی دی. بندیز لګولی دی اوس د بانکو د لارې د پیسو انتقال سخت دی چې هغه اوس په فزیکي.
Showing no respect for the diversity of civilizations, the U.S. has been hostile to Islamic civilization, destroyed the historical and cultural heritage of the Middle East, imprisoned and tortured Muslims recklessly, and seriously violated the basic human rights of people in the Middle East and other places.
I think the U.S. style of fighting terrorism in the world has brought about more tension than security, because their kind of approach has been vengeance, which then creates more animosity from the terrorist cells and even from the terrorist sympathizers.
استخدمت أسلحة محرمة دوليا مما أدى إلى وجود أضرار كثيرة على الشعب العراقي، منها أضرار اقتصادية، أضرار ثقافية، سياسية، أضرار نفسية، بحيث أنه لم تترك للشعب العراقي إلا الويلات وإلا الكثير من الدمار والخراب. واستخدمت أساليب شتى في سبيل تحطيم النفسية العراقية، ومنها المعتقلات والسجون.
Soldiers were torturing the people, not just male people, also women and children and old people. You can't even imagine what were the methods over there. They were given electric shocks. They were not allowed to sleep. They were allowed in a very cold temperature, -degrees. They were made to live there. They were exposed to all the extremities of the weather. They had created facilities in which they had a grave-like cells.
الكل يتذكر، العالم على وجه العموم والعراقيين على وجه الخصوص، ماذا حصل في مأساة وكسر طوق ما يسمى دعوة لحقوق الإنسان في العالم الغربي، عندما اقترفت الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية أبشع جريمة في سجن أبو غريب التي أطاحت بمفهوم الديمقراطية التي كانت تسعى إليها. في عام 2003 عندما ضرب وغزا واحتل العراق، قام أيضا باستخدامات أخرى لأسلحة محرمة دولية أودت بحياة العراقيين وسلسلتهم الصحية على أقل تقدير. هناك الكثير من الولادات المشوهة، وهذا انعكاس ماذا حصل في الأرض العراقية من ارتدادات ستبقى لقرون بل لمئات آلاف السنين.